ground. I think if there would have been that kind of hail, we would have seen some because we're not very far south of us. It couldn't have melted this quick, so I wouldn't think there would be that big a hail in it right now.
All right, we're seeing the live location and the live views right now on your screen. We are still monitoring active tornado warning. This is Kelly Williamson's views for you on the lower right of your screen.
Right there,
and then on the left, that is the active radar along with the location of Kelly Williamson and his chasing and tracking truck in the area. Again, this is Stevens County, and we continue to monitor this storm. Dr. Forbes, anything that you're seeing either on radar or with this live shot that piques your interest right now?
Well, certainly from the live shot there, you can see the low hanging. There are layers of clouds that are hanging down, but I suspect, and that's what the radar would suggest, that there's been a surge of rain-cooled air that has charged east, and this storm is at the moment mostly outflow dominated instead of being in the strong rotation mode. So it may do a little cycling and inhale, if you will, and get its hook back, but at the moment it's sort of, I think, gusted out.
Do you think it was that surge of rain-cooled air that helped to kick up that brief tornado that Kelly saw and we saw live here?
Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Often it is these downdrafts that come down and bring down some rotation from aloft that interact with the inflow and give you the rotation right down near the ground to generate the tornado. But at the same time, sometimes then that rain-cooled outflow can be destructive, so you get a brief tornado.
And then, Kelly, as you're still on the phone with us, this tornado warning is in effect for about 3 more minutes. Is there anything that you're seeing of that recycling that Dr. Forbes was hinting at?
I haven't seen anything recycling yet. We've kind of broke a little bit farther in front of it now. We're going to try and find a good, safe place to pull over and see if we can get a look from behind us.
That is always the kind of what the trackers in the area are trying to manage, getting far enough away from the storm that you can be safe, yet close enough to be able to do their work and report what they're seeing to the National Weather Service offices. Again, this is an active tornado warning for the moment there in Stevens County in Oklahoma. We are going to was it to Dr. Greg Forbes, severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes, watching this storm carefully right now.
Yeah, indeed, and that storm we're talking about is down in southern parts of Oklahoma, where we have seen from Kelly's video there a tornado. We have some tornado warnings also up in Kansas and along the Nebraska border. So let's take a radar tour. We have Stevens County. There, the storm very close to Marlow now. This is the storm in southern Oklahoma that Kelly is on. And so Stevens County. And now just warned also, yeah, continuation, new warning there coming out for Stevens County. Looks as if the storm, the tornado, if it reforms, is likely to run right along Highway 28 there over toward the Elmore City area. So that's the place, if there's going to be a recycling, that's where it will take place. Let me do a little bit of movement here. In fact, I'll erase this one and just draw the new swath here for where the tornado could be. Looks like it could be anywhere along this line. Over coming in toward that Elmore City area. That would be including areas like Bray and the Foster area. So dangerous storm in a situation where it could very well generate a new tornado. It is what I've been talking about. I think you can sort of see this backward C shape that is where it has gusted itself out, but it could generate a new tornado on there. It could generate a new tornado on somewhere on there. So it's at a perilous situation now where a new tornado could develop. There is still a broad rotation across this area, greens northbound, red southbound in the storm relative sense in generally the Marlow, the Bray area. Now up into northwest parts of Kansas, just to the north of I-70, just north of Hayes, Ellis County has a tornado warning. And then we've had additional tornado warnings in the storms along this line, one now up into the Nebraska border. So some of these storms near Stockton and Plainville in Rooks County, no longer tornado warned, now severe warned. The Ellis County storm coming up around the Catherine area, and that will probably head up toward the Round Mound area with a tornado warning. And then about ready to cross out of Kansas into Nebraska, Harlan and Phillips counties with tornado warnings on those. This is Doppler indicated, but it's coming toward the area around Alma, Malali, and the Orleans area. This storm had been the tornado warned, no longer tornado warned. I intended to take that one out of my stack and didn't get to it. Severe thunderstorm watch for parts of Texas. Some of these storms creeping ever closer in that. The strongest of the storms now are in the northern part of the watch area, coming toward the Mineral Wells area with a backward C, and now ever so with warnings for Jack, Parker, and Wise County. So you can see the shape of the storm there coming in as a backward C. They get that bow echo shape because of strong winds coming down the center line. So that will be coming up toward the Briar area and areas Flower Mound, perhaps the areas north and west and the north suburbs of Fort Worth over the course of the next hour, hour and a half. Farther to the north, tornado watches for parts of Oklahoma and Kansas there until 9, 10 o'clock. And then farther to the north, a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight for parts of the Nebraska area. West of that tornado warned storm, storms in Caddo, Comanche, and Kiowa counties that are severe warned, and then all the way up into northern parts of Oklahoma, Alfalfa County, and others back around the Kiowa, Kansas area that are severe warned. These storms are feeding on warm, moist air. It has gotten much moister than it was yesterday. Flow at the surface from the southeast, a dry line well defined with southwest winds and much drier air, and then overtopped by cooler air coming in from this upper low that we've been talking about. If you watched this last week, we said it would come in, and that's what it's doing now with some pretty fast winds, about 75 miles per hour from the southwest. So that turning of the winds with height is allowing these storms to be severe from Nebraska down into Texas with the chance of tornadoes. So Mark, it is still a very busy night. Patches of severe thunderstorms and tornado threats here and there across the plains where at this time of year in May, it's tornado time.
Absolutely, about 5 to 6 times the average for the above the average for the rest of the country for these states that are seeing tornadoes right now across the center of the nation. Let's take a look again at Kelly Williamson's pictures coming in from Oklahoma, where there is an active tornado warning for Stevens County until 7:45. Kelly, quite the layered look to the sky in front of you right now.
Yes, we kind of laid back for just a little bit. We got just a little bit behind the storm. Now we're going to have to play just a little bit of catch-up. We got into kind of some bad road network right here and a lot of traffic.
And that is the enemy of a storm tracker. You do not want to be stuck on a road and have the storm overtake you. So Kelly's doing the smart thing here, lagging back behind the storm. Again, the biggest problem of the storm right now is if you're looking at the radar in the center of your screen, headed potentially towards Bray. You can see that Kelly is lagging back behind that part of the storm so he can continue to track it safely. That said, let's bring in some of the video that Kelly shot just a few minutes ago. This is the same storm that we're following now, and this is the kind of long rope tornado that Kelly witnessed and then shot to us. We were seeing this live as it happened just a few moments ago. This is the kind of potential that this storm has as it is trying to recycle and get that rotation stronger again. So now that's what we just saw. Let's go back to the live pictures now as Kelly is on the move once again. We're now looking at the same storm, but kind of from behind the worst of the weather now, and we're going to continue to follow along. Kelly, now that you're behind the storm, are you seeing any damage, any evidence that another tornado went through in front of you?
No, I've not seen any damage at all. Like I say, the tornado was to the south side of the road from us, and it lifted by the time it's come over, and we can see pretty good from where we're at right now. And I'm pretty sure, unless it was in the rain, that we could see it real good right now.
And so right now, still a tornado warning until 7:45. So that's something that we obviously are going to continue to monitor because this storm has a history of giving tornadoes. How's the tree cover like? Are you able to have good visibility, Kelly, as you look towards this storm?
Well, right now, we've actually got a lot of trees in the way. We kind of have the terrain has changed a lot on us right here. We're actually starting to get kind of some low-hanging clouds right here in front of us again right now. It's a little bit back from where the original storm was I'm not really understanding. It's actually right here in the town of Marlow where the clouds are really starting to drop down.
And that's exactly what Dr. Forbes was hinting at, that kind of along that southern edge of this storm, we could have enough rotation to give us a new tornado or a recycling of that tornado at any point. Doc, as you look at this image, anything jumping out at you? It looks like another wall cloud trying to form here. Yeah,
well, it's really kind of a chaotic sky there with several places where clouds are hanging down low. And that would be kind of consistent with what I was saying, that the gust front is kicked out, and there were several locations along that in a north-south line there where you could potentially get rotation. Kelly, can you see rotation in any of those low-hanging clouds?
I can't right now. We've actually got some trees and stuff. We're going to kind of turn around here where we can see just a little bit better. But right at the time, I'm not really seeing anything. We've got a lot of trees and stuff in front of us right now, and it's really hard to tell. I'm really not seeing any rotation.
All right, so let's step away from this storm just for a moment. We'll check back with Kelly as he gets into a better position and can give us the views again. But let's follow this storm along for the next couple of days, because we're not done. This is a multi-day severe weather event. We have this upper low that's just stalling out. It's a very slow mover, just barely drifting its way on off towards the north and east. So this upper low doesn't have the ability to crash through this ridge. Remember, this is the ridge that's giving us all the above average temperatures and contributing to that fire threat that everyone has been talking about in central portions of Canada. Now, as we work our way from back down to the mid-levels, notice they're screaming out of the south. This is going to help to keep that moisture influx going. Remember, yesterday, we didn't have enough moisture, which is a limiting factor to the storms. That will no longer be the case, as we once again have that kind of steamy Gulf of Mexico air coming into play for tomorrow. There will once again be that dry line, a similar forcing mechanism that we have right now. There will also be the spin from our mid and upper level low and the surface feature. All of that coming together for tomorrow, giving us another round of severe weather potential. From Kansas into Missouri, a 5 on the Torcon, also a 5 from eastern Oklahoma into Arkansas, and as we continue further south for tomorrow, a 5 in northeast Texas. So tomorrow will be another busy day. Wind, hail, very heavy rain, as well as a tornado threat. By Tuesday, we do see that dip start to lift off just a little bit. You notice it's pulling on off towards the north, bringing some of that spin along with it. But at the same point, the hot, humid air is going further north as well, so we still have a huge zone of severe weather potential. Up near that low, along the warm front, then along a dry line cold front combo, and east of there in the moist air, a Torcon of 3. And you better believe we're going to follow this not only for Tuesday, but into Wednesday and Thursday as well. You're looking live right now at storms that are ongoing in Oklahoma. There are active tornado warnings in Oklahoma and Kansas. We'll bring you an update in just a minute.
Hey, where are you going? We've got that thing. You know, diarrhea, abdominal pain.
But we said we'd be there.
Who makes the decisions around here? It's me. Don't think I'll make it. Stomach again. Send.
If you're living with frequent, unpredictable diarrhea and abdominal pain, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with diarrhea or IBS-D, a condition that can be really frustrating. Talk to your doctor about new Viberzi, a different way to treat IBS-D. Viberzi is a prescription medication you take every day that helps proactively manage both diarrhea and abdominal pain at the same time, so you stay ahead of your symptoms. Viberzi can cause new or worsening abdominal pain. Do not take Viberzi if you have or may have had pancreas or severe liver problems, problems with alcohol abuse, long-lasting or severe constipation, or a blockage of your bowel or gallbladder. If you're taking Viberzi, you should not take medicines that cause constipation. The most common side effects of Viberzi include constipation, nausea, and abdominal pain. Stay ahead of IBS-D with new Viberzi.
The day after chemo, you could be home with your support system. Here, here, and here with Neulasta Onpro.
Strong chemo can put you at risk for infection. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease. Apply the day of chemo. Neulasta Onpro is designed to automatically deliver Neulasta the next day without returning to the doctor just for a Neulasta shot. Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to Neulasta or Neupogen, filgrastim. Ruptured spleens, sometimes fatal, as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
Talk to your doctor about Neulasta Onpro.
1 year ago today, Mom started searching for her words, and my brother Ray and I started searching for answers.
When it's time to navigate in-home care, follow that BrightStar. Because BrightStar Care earns the same accreditation as the best hospitals. And BrightStar Care means an RN will customize a plan that evolves with Mom's changing needs.
Because Dad made us promise we'd keep Mom at home.
Call 844-4BrightStar for your free home care planning guide.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome, welcome. Today I'm going to show you the all-new 2016 Chevy Cruze and ask you what you think. But here's the catch. You can only answer in emojis. What emoji would you use to describe the design?
I think it's sexy.
It has available built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi.
Rock on, that's excellent. We got Wi-Fi.
This car gets an EPA estimated 40 miles per gallon highway.
This car is like a unicorn. It's magical.
Bring on the competition. A fistful of crayons, then a forecast full of yuck. Bring on soccer balls and laundry baskets. Winter blues and barbecues. Bring it all on. You've got Olympic on your team with affordable paints that withstand up to 1,500 scrubs and stains that stay beautiful, tough, durable, guaranteed. Olympic, bring on the competition.
Save $5 via rebate on Olympic exterior stains and resurfacers. Available at Lowe's.
Every day you get to accept things as they are or take responsibility for changing them.
The people of Flint, Michigan, it's like we don't matter.
It's such a real issue that's right in front of us.
Climate, environment, science, technology. Let's have a conversation. And together, we can solve these things.
23.5 degrees, Tuesday nights at 11 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 50. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, afternoon showers. High 74. Chance of rain 40%. Monday night, cloudy skies. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 56. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to our continued extended coverage of Weather Center Live, where moments ago we had a tornado come across live on TV. We were seeing it live as you were. So this was moments ago near Lawton, Oklahoma, where there is still a tornado warning in place for the next 15 minutes or so on this same storm system that brought us this tornado just a few moments ago. We, of course, are continuing to track this storm system. I'm meteorologist Mark Elliott here with you in the lab. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes is here as well, and we're going to get an update from him in just a second. But let's show you some of the views that we are looking at right now. Not only are we live in the skies in Oklahoma City, thanks to KFOR, the K4 station there, but from Ellis, Kansas to Great Bend, Kansas, and then down near Lawton, Oklahoma, areas where there are active tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, we have our storm trackers on the ground. These are views that you can't get anywhere else, and then of course we have the radar breakdown that you can't get anywhere else, and for that we're going to send it to severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes. A lot to follow tonight, Doc.
Yeah, there really is. We have that tornado warning in southern Oklahoma that we've been following with Kelly Williamson. Additional tornado warnings and some tornadoes that have been sighted up in northwest parts of now north central Kansas and up into parts of Nebraska. So we'll start with the tornado warning down here in Oklahoma. That is passed now. You might have heard if you've been watching Kelly talking about Marlow, Oklahoma. So the storm is passed east of there now. Tornado warning for Stevens County coming down with a threat right along the Highway 29, I guess that would be. Coming across. It's getting a little bit indecisive in terms of exactly where the tornado would be. It has put out an outflow boundary, so somewhere along that in this general area near Bray, heading over toward the Elmore City area, could be where a tornado could redevelop. Now, when we take a look at the velocities, you don't see a real well-developed circulation.